Guys, it's your girl Sabrina. I am back with another YouTube video. Today's video is about how I was able to pay off my 7-year car loan in just 3 years. So stay tuned and subscribe to my channel because I'm gonna be coming back with another financial video soon. So go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. So quick backstory. I purchased my 2012 Toyota Camry back in 2015. My car was about 3 years old when I purchased it. And at that time, before I purchased my car, having a car was not a necessity for me. It became a necessity when I had to get a job while I was in college and I was dealing with so much hurdles. The first thing I was dealing with was I didn't have transportation. Sometimes I would miss the bus. And there are times where it was late, come out of work, and it was like, okay, like it was so difficult having transportation that I was like, you know what, it's time. It's really time for me to make this big girl purchase and to start the process of adulting. So when I purchased my car loan was about $16,000, which included gap insurance. And for you guys that don't know what gap insurance is basically like, for example, if my car were to be totaled and the value of my car is less than my loan, that's where gap insurance comes in. So my monthly payment was about $250, which for me at that time as a college student, that was a lot of money for me to be paying every single month. I had to pay $250 of car payment, and including my car insurance was about $158, I believe. And that was, to me, that was a lot of money. Like, to think about it, like that was a lot of money for me to be paying every month. And as a college student, like I couldn't afford that, but that was my payment. So I'm gonna give you guys about 8 tips on how to pay off your loans fast. So stay tuned to this video, and like I mentioned, do not forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe, and go ahead and comment below and let me know how fast you paid off your loan. Tip number 1 is to find your why. So my why definitely changed throughout college. When things get hard, your why will make sure you're sticking to the process, okay? So my why, like I mentioned, definitely changed throughout my goal. When I was in college, my why was one thing. And then when I moved out of college, I was moving back home. My why definitely changed. So you have to make sure that you know what the reason why you're doing it. Because if you don't have a reason, you really ain't gonna wanna do it. Or when things get hard, you're gonna be like, oh, well, that's it for me. I'm done. I'm throwing in the towel. We're done. We're done. That's what you're gonna do. So when you have a why, you're gonna stick to the goal because you know why you wanna do it, right? So for example, when I was in college, my why was because I simply did not wanna make $250 payment every month. I hated it. And when I moved back home, my why was because I just wanna move out. In order for me to move out, I need to cut back the expenses. So you have to figure out what your why are or is in order for you to succeed. Tip number 2, you have to be willing to make sacrifices. So sometimes if you can't go out that weekend, then don't go out that weekend. You know what I'm saying? Like if you can't go on this trip because it's gonna take away from making your payment, your extra payments every month, then don't go on a trip. You have to be willing to make necessary sacrifices where you can't do certain things because you're trying to make this payment. Maybe sometimes making sacrifices is like not getting your nails done every month, or maybe doing your own toenails and cutting back on expenses and making those sacrifices. Maybe doing your own eyebrows if you can do your own eyebrows. Tip number 3 is to use the extra money that you have available. Could be your tax return money or your refund check from school. So when I was in college, was using my refund check. So luckily for me, when I was in college, I had Pell Grant money, and I also had scholarship money. So at the end, after I paid all of my school expenses, I had a lot of money left over for myself. So being that I had a lot of money left over, I decided, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna dedicate $1,000 every single semester to paying off my car loan faster. So every semester, when fall semester came, I paid off all my expenses, and then at the end I was like, you know what, we're gonna take this $1,000, we're just gonna pay it. And that goes towards my principal, because I was still making my $250 payment every single month. So the $1,000 I was paying extra every semester went towards my principal. Tip number 5 is to make a realistic budget and to cut back expenses. So a realistic budget is saying to yourself, look, I make a certain amount of money and I can afford this to put towards my loan. So an unrealistic budget is you don't even have the money available, but you're saying, okay, we're gonna make $3,000 towards this loan, and I don't have $3,000 to give. So that's not a realistic budget. Sitting down and making a Excel sheet or a spreadsheet of all your expenses and see where you can cut back off. Maybe not pay for Netflix this month, every month. Maybe not paying for Hulu or Prime, like Amazon Prime every month, even though you don't even use Amazon every single month. Maybe not doing that. Maybe cutting those unnecessary expenses just to pay off your car loan. Number 6, my favorite tip is to move back home. That was really what was my real get down dirty. Like, I was moving back home was the reason why I was able to pay off my car loan with fast as I could. Because while I was in college, I was only making $1,000 payment every semester. So that's like basically $2,000 extra every year that I was making towards my car. That wasn't really, realistically, not a lot of money if you think about it. But once I moved back home and my expenses kind of shrinked a little bit, and I was able to make $1,000 towards my car every single month. I'm gonna say it again. Once I moved back home, I was able to make $1,000 towards my car every single month, simply because I didn't have those expenses anymore. Paying for rent, out. Paying for light bill, nada. Paying for electricity, none. Paying for everything else, I didn't have it. So only expenses I had was my car loan, my car insurance, and my phone bill. That's it. And putting gas in my car, that's it. So moving back home really was what made me pay my car within that same year. I moved back home in 2017. By 2018, my car was low. My car, I was done paying it off. I had got my title by 2018. Care about what anybody got to say. Moving back home is like, girl, if you have the luxury to do so where your parents don't have you paying any rent or any X, Y, and Z, do it. I kid you not, do it. Like, do it. Do it. Do it. Because, come on now. It's a luxury. So sometimes you have to move back home, and it's okay to move back home to stack up your money and get your stuff together. Like, if you have that means to do it, take it. Because not everybody have the luxury of moving back home. Some people have to go straight into having an apartment and having bills and having this, that, and having X, Y, and Z because they don't have the luxury. So if you have the luxury, do it. Tip number 8, to get a better job. Honestly, that's the best thing that happened to me. Was once I moved back home, I kind of quit. You know, I know I transferred my job from Starbucks because I was working at Starbucks when I moved back home. And yes, I didn't have any bills, so the extra money I had, I was able to pay my car But once I quit working from Starbucks and I got a better job, I was able to make $1,000 every month because my income was more and my expenses was less. So getting a better job is definitely will help you meet that goal. And if you still have the same kind of expenses, it will be better for you, for yourself, because at that time, like I mentioned, when I got a better job, I was still living at home, right? So that means my expenses was still low and my income was more than my expenses. Like I was getting about, I don't know if I should tell you guys this, but I was making 10 times, I was making, on the percentage wise, I was making 10 times my expenses. So of course I was able to make those extra payment every month because why not? I had the money for it. So getting a better job is definitely a goal. Tip number 9 is to stick to the goal and stick to the plan. No matter what happened to you in life, always stick to the plan. The hurdle I went through while I was in college was my scholarship money. I had lost my scholarship for 1 semester. Oh my gosh. But I did get it back. I did get it back. But I lost it in 1 semester. I lost my scholarship because my GPA went downward and I had to maintain a certain amount of GPA in order to keep my scholarship. So 1 semester my GPA went down, and due to that going down, I was not able to pay certain things. Like for example, my rent, I had to use my job towards my rent. So I had to go through some hurdles where I wasn't able to make $1,000 that semester because I didn't have the extra money. So sticking to the plan was, once I got my scholarship back the next semester, I went back to making the $1,000 every month because that's my goal and I want to stick to it. No matter what happens in life, no matter what hurdle you go through while you're going to meet your goals, you stick into the plan. As long as you stick to the plan, you're going to reach. So what it's like to finish paying off your car loan. So once you finish paying off your car loan, you do get your title. Depending on the states you're in, I would say research it to see how you will receive your title. Basically, I got my title on a website. I requested it through the Florida website and they were able to mail it for me. Sometimes they automatically mail it to you. So you have to make sure you have the correct address for your lender. So once you're done, it tells you like on a title, like your name. This is it for the video. So if you guys paid off your loan this year, maybe last year, or have plan on paying off your loans, comment down below and let me know how long it took you to pay off your loan and what's the time frame. This video, give us a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I will be back with another financial video. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Bye guys.